Chrissy Swan Show.
Do you know the word zeitgeist?
Yes.
I love it.
I've learnt that word from you.
It feels a bit woo-woo, doesn't it?
It does.
It means that there are some things that are just talked about out of the blue over and over for no real reason.
Yeah. They're almost like somewhat topical.
Yeah, exactly. And I have found, and I don't know whether it's because, you know, the phones are listening to you, which they probably are.
Fully.
I might have looked up one recipe for something involving beef, and then everywhere I look, I'm seeing articles about steak restaurants and blah, blah, blah. Now, as you know, I don't leave the house at all.
No.
I am deep in my hermit era.
We haven't had a dinner outside together, like at a restaurant.
Outside, I know. I know.
The start of last year when we were in Adelaide together at Fugazi.
I know. And yet, how many times have you been to a restaurant since Fugazi?
Like 167.
How many times have I been?
0.
0.
I'm so sorry for your
What's
life.
wrong with me? I've just got to get better.
You do.
It's a new June's resolution, all right?
Okay,
I'm
good.
turning things around.
All right. I'm going to
New
book in a dinner
Junes.
next week for us.
Well, do you know what? Why don't we try this restaurant, Victor Churchill? It's been named one of the world's best steak restaurants. Of course, I've never heard of it because all I care about is Baker's Delight on Uber Eats. But it looks delicious and I do love a good steak.
I walk past Victor Churchill every day. It's about 300 metres from my apartment, Swanee, and you would love it because it's like a butcher with then a round bar toward the end of it where you sit and eat, but you get to see all the meat. Yeah.
And look, the man behind the counter looks like ye old Roger from La Butchery. You know what I mean? It's like
vibe.
Sovereign Hill.
Yes.
Anyway, $50 to $60 for a steak. All right.
Okay.
Which I always, when I'm looking at a menu, I always go, God, that's a lot. Because unlike you, I know what steak costs from the supermarket. And I cook my own steak. And I'm not having a crack at Victor Churchill or indeed the Botswana Butchery, which was another name that came up in the zeitgeist this week for me. They charge up to $400 for a steak.
I mean, they don't anymore.
No, well, they
They've
don't
shut
anymore,
down.
but they did.
For
they did.
1.6 kilo Swanee for, I'm like not good with proportions. So say it's $500 for a steak that's 1.6 kilo. How many people would you share that amongst?
Well, it depends on the people, but I'd say 4 or 5.
Okay, so it's like okay.
That's not too bad, but I am going to school you on how to make a $9 supermarket steak,
Yeah.
which I have purchased from the supermarket.
Oh, it's marinating in the studio.
It is the simplest thing. People don't know how to cook steak, so they think, oh, a $9 steak is going to be disgusting. No, this is a $9 eye fillet. It's the creme de la creme.
Yeah.
And the key is this. Leave it on the bench until it is absolutely 100% room temperature.
Won't I get food poisoning from doing that?
No, you will not get food
Okay.
poisoning from that. This has been out for about 2 hours. It is absolutely room temperature. I've given it a slush of olive oil. I'm going to I didn't bring my fancy sea salt because I love a sea salt.
Yeah,
steak.
same.
But I'm going to use the old Saxa. The old Saxa cooking salt.
Yeah, all right.
Then watch me because I want you to do this. Your credit card is going to thank me.
This is the one thing I do cook at home, Swanee, steak and schnitzels. Okay.
Right. So
Lots
a bit
of
of
salt
salt
on there.
and then some pepper, right? And then we're going to play. What are we going to play?
We're
going to
gonna play
Post Malone and Morgan Wallen. I mean, the collaboration that nobody asked for.
Ever, and please don't do it again.
And then I'm going to take you out to the kitchen and show you how to cook this.
Alrighty, and then we're going to whack it on our socials at The Chrissy Swan Show.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Currently minus the Chrissy Swan part, as she is running from the kitchen with a steak that she has cooked. As she mentioned in the break before, that steak is currently in the zeitgeist. Oh my gosh, I can see it coming now. So she has decided to show us how to cook the perfect steak.
All right.
And it has just entered the studio. We're going to pop this up on our socials at The Chrissy Swan Show because everyone loves it. When
We
you
literally did that in the time it took to listen to those two songs.
6 minutes.
Okay. I would have liked a little bit longer. How does Sir like his steak?
I like it rare.
Rare?
Yeah.
Not medium rare?
No, I'm a rare guy now.
Oh my God, I think I've done it rare.
How do you have
in
it?
2 songs. I like it medium rare or
Okay.
medium well. I know, kill me now.
gross.
All right. This is an $8 steak from
Wow.
the supermarket. It is, and I feel it, so, you can get much cheaper ones. But I figure $8 is great.
Alrighty, I'm cutting into it.
All I've done is kept it on the bench, room temperature.
No,
How is it
that's
cooked?
perfect.
Okay.
I would even eat it rarer than that.
And now I know that you are a food connoisseur, particularly high-end restaurants that specialise in steak. It's not like an unusual occurrence for you, Jack Charles, even on your meagre wages to pay $50 or $60
Correct.
for a steak.
I'm a Francois man here
Now,
in Melbourne.
this is a big deal. This is a supermarket steak. You
Okay.
saw what I did.
Did you make béarnaise for me as a side?
I didn't, but I do have a giant thing of Coles tomato sauce.
I'm not going to lie. There's nothing I love more than steak with tomato sauce.
Okay, great. Well,
But
just have it nude for
I'll
a
have
minute.
it nude.
I know you don't like to eat on air, but I really want your feedback.
It's really good.
Yes, that's what I mean.
Really good.
The problem is that people are not cooking it right. And that's it. It was sacks of salt and just one of those, a Coles brand pepper.
And one thing that I do wrong that you didn't do, which people will see once we upload it on socials, is you marinated it in oil first.
Yes.
But once putting it on the pan, you did not add any more oil.
There is no oil in the pan. The oil is on the steak before you put it in the pan.
And what herbs are on this?
Nothing.
Wait.
Salt and pepper. Coles salt and pepper.
Oh, I think I do like pepper. I've always said I don't like pepper, but I think I do.
Oh my God, I should have known that before.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
We're thrilled to welcome beautiful Poh Ling Yeow and Jean-Christophe Novelli to the show. Welcome, guys.
Thank you for having us.
Now, you make your debut tonight, Jean-Christophe, on MasterChef.
Oui, ma chérie.
I mean, look, speak right
a
into the
little bit
microphone.
closer to the mic so we hear that fantastic accent.
For two reasons. One, we couldn't hear you then. And two, I want to hear you say it again.
D'accord.
Oh, I love this. You're proper French, as we say in this country.
Proper.
Proper French.
Or French proper.
Me and Jack love French food. Jean-Christophe, one of our favourite restaurants. Well, two of them actually are French, Francois and Entrecôte.
I was there yesterday.
How was you?
Yeah.
Well, funny enough, I tried to get a table. Oh. Pass, and it was packed.
I'm sorry. I overstayed my welcome as well.
So how did you manage to get
I know a guy.
He's got someone that hooks him up.
Yeah.
What, Jack? You could get a table.
But not
Jean-Christophe.
I'm embarrassed.
Michelin 4-star chef.
I'm sorry, Jean. I just had a very long, relaxing lunch.
They're not relaxed on MasterChef, let me tell you. It is
No.
the most stressful show to watch and to be in. I was on Celebrity MasterChef and there was a bacon challenge and I made a quiche Lorraine. Please forgive me. And I forgot to put the bacon in.
Yeah. You know, I have to bring this up. Whenever contestants are wigging out now, I always remind them that in season 1, we had timed periods in the pantry. So you got 1 minute to be in the
That's
pantry.
right. Oh my God.
And then you could only pick a limited amount of ingredients. So you'd be like 1 minute in the pantry and you can pick 12 ingredients. And I was copying so much flack from my own people going, why are you bastardizing our, cultural dish? And I'm like, lady, I only got 12 ingredients, okay? I'm doing my best.
Absolutely. I forgot the oyster sauce. Kill me.
I know. But as a result, someone would always be back at their bench looking really forlorn and you'd be like, what's wrong? And they'd be like, I was going to cook a stir-fried noodle and I forgot the noodles.
Speaking of the contestants, Jean-Christophe, how did you go understanding all of the contestants? Because I would imagine if you got a Queenslander with a really ochre Australian accent, that would be hard for you to understand, right?
Yeah, it was. At first, I was struggling. I've got to be honest with you. In fact, I was quite intimidated when I walked in through the doors. You can see tonight. Both Sophia, obviously, yourself, and I, and a very special chef guest. I think they know about Jamie Oliver.
Yeah, they know I do, yeah.
Do they know about Jamie Oliver?
Yes, I do.
Sorry, is Andrea Bocelli coming to the... Is this a special sort of singing
blasted
MasterChef?
all over Australia that Jamie is in the first 2 weeks.
Okay, Jamie Oliver's on tonight. We love
Yeah.
that.
Well, that is good.
Watch MasterChef 7:30 tonight on Channel 10, season 16. How amazing, 16 seasons. We're going to ask you guys to stay in the studio and we're going to play a little wacky Aussie game with you next.
And also, I have given birth, and I'm going to bring in what I've given birth to. It was a long labour.
Long labour.
Yes, and I've read a lot of books, and I have produced some offspring, and you're going to eat it.
All right, I'm very intrigued, Chrissy.
The Chrissy Swan Show. The Chrissy Swan Show.
We're delighted to have the stars of MasterChef, Poh Ling Yeow, and tonight's episode, Jean-Christophe Novelli, 4 Michelin stars if you don't hardly mind, knows his way around a kitchen. I want to see how much Aussie English you have picked up during your time here on MasterChef. If I was to say to you, hey, here's old mate, what do I mean?
It's one of us.
Yeah, I'll
Pretty
accept
good.
that.
I'll take that.
Yeah, no, that's
It's sort of
good.
what you call people if you can't remember their name. You go, oh, old mate.
Is that you say? Say that again.
Old mate.
Old mate.
Oh, that's good. What about, this is a piece of piss.
Piece of piss.
Yeah.
What is that question? A piece of piss.
If I say something is a piece of piss, what is it?
Well, it's obviously drunk or easy.
Easy. Wow.
Well done.
My God, I'm going to get your citizenship certificate organised. What am I wearing if I'm wearing budgie smugglers?
Birds.
No. It makes your man bits and pieces look like a sleeping budgerigar.
What the hell? Oh, help me. What?
Oh, help me.
Well,
They're like,
I need to ask my son.
pontouf, like
swimsuit.
bathers.
Swimsuit. Oh,
a Speedo. Have you heard of a Speedo?
Yes.
Yeah.
Say that again.
Budgie smugglers.
Because when you
Budgies, man.
it looks like you smuggled a
Yeah.
budgie. in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah, I know. But
I mean, I'm sure most men would
What
prefer them to be
language.
called parrot smugglers or macaw smugglers.
Why have you?
What is a bogan?
a bogey?
Like out of your nose? No, a bogan is like a rough kind of,
Yeah.
we've all got a bit of bogan in us,
bogan.
A
actually.
bogan, like an unsophisticated person.
Bogan.
A bogan, yeah.
And this is the big one.
A lot of the
If you-
contestants would be bogans.
I don't think so.
Oh, Jack. Wash
very-
your mouth out, boy.
I tell you, child, if you can master this, then you are an Aussie.
Parma.
Very close. If I say, yeah, nah, what do I mean by that? Yeah, nah.
Well, you sound like you don't know what the hell do you want.
Yes.
Is it?
It's like you agree with what you hear what they're saying, but you don't agree.
You know who does that? It's Andy.
Yeah.
I noticed he does that. Yeah, nah. Yeah, that's right.
There you go. And he does
Very
it.
good.
Now, as I said before we came back, I've given birth.
Yes.
So I am late to the show, but I have started on the homemade sourdough trail.
And in comes
I
Chrissy
have
Swans.
been up at all hours of the morning and night feeding this baby. I've done it for 2 weeks.
Yep.
Bubbly. I've refed it. I've woken it up. My God, I've basically done everything apart from put it on my breast.
Yes.
I made this bread yesterday. It's my 4th attempt. The other 4 were just not there.
Yeah.
I'm happy with this in the great French tradition of simple bread with butter and the great foodie tradition for you, Poh. Can you please bite into this bread that I made yesterday? I had timers. Oh, it sounds good already. How does it smell?
Poh crunches so beautifully.
I know. Look at. I mean, it's not the
Jean-Christophe's like,
Spanish
"What is this?"
Inquisition.
He's a real sniffer.
Is he? I'm a sniffer too.
Big
I
time
sniff
sniffer.
everything.
Same.
Okay. Oh my God, it's going. He's got 4 Michelin stars.
Very good, Jean.
What do you think?
Do you want me to give you
the
an honest
pâtissier.
appraisal?
Yeah.
Thank you.
I reckon you can handle it.
Yeah.
I think it's very good, and I think the sour flavour is very prominent. So it's
I tried proofing it in the fridge overnight to get that flavour.
Yeah. It's definitely there.
Okay.
But I reckon the bubbles aren't quite there.
So what do I do?
Are you using proper high protein flour?
I think so, but I'll have to check.
Yeah, super tasty.
We need to get
and
you back in, Poh, before the season's out to
All right.
try another
It's
loaf.
definitely not a It's really good.
It is really good.
It's on its way.
Season 16 of MasterChef returns 7:30 tonight on Channel 10. Do not miss it. Thank you so much for joining us in the studio, guys.
Thank you so much for having me. It can't be that bad because I'm still eating.
No, I'm going to finish it, don't worry.
The Chrissy Swan Show.
Now, Jack, you are the firstborn.
I am.
You are. So you're the oldest. I'm the youngest. And I really believe out of all the kind of descriptors of characters that you can get, like, you know, according to your blood type or according to your star sign or where you were born or whatever, I reckon the biggest tells come from your birth order.
Right.
I come from a family of 3, so we can play very evenly the oldest, the youngest, and the middle pin, the middle ones. And I generally really love the middle children of any sort of combo. If there's 5 of you, I love the one in the middle. If there's 3 of you, I love the one in the middle. And I don't know what that is. I mean, I was just about to say, I've got 3 myself and I really love the one in the middle. No, but I understand the dynamics because I grew up in them.
Now, Swanee, is the middle child traditionally like the forgotten one in most families? That's what
Yes.
my understanding would be,
Yes, they are.
having not studied it.
And for good reason, because they are. They are the forgotten ones.
Yeah.
Out of necessity. Because I only really learnt this when I was parenting 3 kids.
Yeah, okay.
Whoever comes second is inevitably going to get less than the first. Less attention, less new things because you've got them all for the first.
Yeah.
So that inherent kind of feeling of,
Something brand new. It's not brand new anymore.
yeah, of never being the first.
Yeah.
That's how it happened. You weren't the first and you're never going to be the first. Now, my kit is smack bang in the middle.
Yes.
And he is the kindest person I've ever met. I've told you that off air.
Yeah.
I've met so many people in my life. He is like the best. So whenever he does something that is probably perceived as a little bit naughty or a little bit attention seeking, he never gets in trouble from me.
Really? So it's like a free pass?
I know how hard it is to bloody be seen, you know?
Yeah. Do you think he knows that?
Yes. The most recent example of Kit not getting into trouble from me for something that if Leo or Peg had done, I would have been furious.
Yep.
So very occasionally for special occasions, if they're half price or 2 for 1, I will get the greatest dessert of all time, the Sara Lee Danish.
Oh, I've never had it.
Tom!
Go
Get
to
down to the
Coles.
supermarket.
He's not eating at us. He's grumpy today.
No, he's not. He can't believe he's never had a Sara Lee Danish. Yeah, middle finger to you. You will lose your mind. And all of them are as good as each other. There's a blueberry one, an apple one. The apricot one is my favourite, but hard to get. And then there's like a custardy one.
Oh, my mouth's watering.
I had one in the freezer. It was an apple crumble one. Kit asked me one night, can we have it? And someone was out at a poetry recital or whatever. There wasn't everybody at home. And I said, no, let's save it for when we're all here. And he said, okay. So I knew that he wanted it. The next night he said, can we have the Sara Lee Danish tonight?
I mean, it shows that he's the middle child. The fact he was just accepting of you saying, no, you can't. Him going, oh, all right. Because
Okay.
if that was me, I would have been, no, Mum, you can buy another one tomorrow and we'll have it tonight. That's the solution.
Exactly. And if I'd said no to Leo, he just would have gone, cool story, I'll turn on the oven. Anyway, next night he asks again. And I said, yes, okay, you can. But on one condition, you read the instructions and you learn how to do it yourself, which he did. The kitchen smelling like cinnamon and crumble and apple. Anyway, so I was like, yep, that's enough for those kids. Blang. I come out. Peg is looking sad. Left in the foil is a sliver of this Sara Lee Danish. Not enough for one serve. And she said, Kit has just eaten this whole thing. And I looked at Kit and I said, did you eat all of that Danish?
Did he look panicked or worried or guilty?
No,
Okay.
because he knows that I'm not going to get mad at him. And he said, well, yes, it looks like I did.
Matter of fact.
And I said, I'll allow it. For that reason.
Oh, my God. Peg would have lost her mind. Was she flat?
No. And because I said to her, He never gets anything. Let's get behind him in his assertiveness and his confidence to say, yeah, I might have been born second. I might be less relevant for my whole life. I might get nothing, but I'm going to eat this Sara Lee stuff with gay abandon.
Take that,
I'll
pig.
support it every time.
Shout out to the middle kids on this Friday.
The Chrissy Swan Show. The Chrissy Swan Show.
Thanks to Priceline Pharmacy, or should I say thanks to Sara Lee. So earlier on in the show, I was telling you that I've got a middle son and they just have to fight for everything, right? And the other day, he put in a Sara Lee Danish in the oven and he ate the whole thing without the knowledge of his brother or sister, which is unheard of in our house. But I didn't get mad because I feel like you go. You go,
Had
middle
it been
child.
Peg or Leo, they would have been in trouble, though.
Oh, it would have been so selfish, but I just sort of gave kid a wink and I'm like, you get it where you can, kid. Anyway, I was astounded, Jack, to hear that you had not tried the beauty of a Sara Lee Danish.
Never, ever.
So this is what happened straight after we chatted about Kit. Tom.
Hello.
Hi.
Custard or blueberry?
Has it got the little flaked almonds on the top?
Yes.
Get one of each.
I was going to say, because I haven't tried it, so I'd like to try both.
Get one of each and we'll do the proper taste test. I mean, it's sad that you won't get apricot, but I'll allow
I
it.
don't love apricots, that's fine.
No, it's...
Definitely no apricot.
Is apricot your favourite, Tom?
No.
What's yours? The custard.
Custard.
Of course.
Absolutely.
Of course it is. I mean, of course. Make sure you get some vanilla ice cream. I'm okay with whatever is on special, but try the Sara Lee vanilla because they complement each other magnificently.
I'll get Sara Lee vanilla. Fine, got it.
Get Sarah vanilla. See you soon. Okay, so I sent Tom down to the supermarket. That was the phone call. We have been heating the Sara Lee Danishes and I am presenting to you a slice of each. Now, as I said...
I love this.
I'm sad I couldn't give you the apricot one, which I believe is superior. The apple one wasn't there either, and it is chef's kiss.
I don't love apricot, though, so I'm okay with these varieties.
All right, so which one do you want to start first? There's the blueberry and the custardy one with the flaked almonds on the top.
I'll go blueberry first.
All right. I mean, this is a moment. Have a smell first. You can smell it. It's really struzely.
Oh, it is.
Yeah.
It smells like Christmas.
Yes. It tastes like Christmas.
Did we get the nice ice cream, Tom?
Yes,
Yeah, great.
definitely. Sara Lee French vanilla. Bougie. Okay, here we go. You'll be like, I'm sorry, I would pay $35 for that at a fancy restaurant. Keep going.
Yeah, this is like a Francois dessert.
Yes, it is. It's like, I mean, not that I would know. I've never ordered. How do you afford dessert at Francois? Okay, go. More.
Rich friends.
Look, it's, I know. I know, I have bought you lunch there several times. Okay, go.
I'm going to put that back blueberry. And
Okay, you're going to reserve your score.
Yes, and now
all right,
I'll
I'm
try.
handing him your favourite, Tom, and really everyone's favourite. The custard is amazing.
This does look like the one you see on the ads.
It's got like a buttery, crispy top with toasted flaked almonds, and the custard is creamy and sweet and wonderful. And it's been out of the oven for about 5 or 10 minutes, which you do need. Otherwise, it's the temperature of the sun.
I already know my answer.
Okay, what is your favourite? Custard or blueberry?
Blueberry.
Really?
Yeah.
Me too.
Blueberry
I like
for the win.
I like a fruity one as well. Yeah, because health.
Now check this out.
The Chrissy Swan Show is a Nova podcast. For more great comedy shows like this, head to novapodcast.com.au.